Hi, it's Alex from laughingplace.com. I'm here today with Aqsa Altaf, director of American Eid, part of the Disney Launchpad program on Disney Plus. Congratulations, Aqsa. You must be so excited for people to be experiencing your film finally.
Hi, thank you so much, Alex. Really appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, thank you for being here. I was curious to know what was the inspiration behind your short film, American Eid?
Definitely, the inspiration was my own experiences. Not all of it, but to an extent, because I immigrated here when I was around 22, and I immigrated alone without my family, and I didn't have a community when I first moved here. So every Eid that came along every year, I couldn't go back home because I didn't get days off for it. And I just felt so alone because nobody around me even knew what it was. And not having a community made me feel even more alone. And it just became like so sad. And I realized like I wanted to go out and talk about it and tell people about it to just bring awareness to it. But I remember thinking, like Z, like nobody cares, maybe. Like, why should I talk about something that has not already been talked about? And as I grew older, I became more of an Amina. And I just want to share more about Eid. That's just why I made the film.
Well, and you sort of answered it a little bit, but my next question was going to be about how Amina and Zainab handle entering the new culture differently. And I was curious to know if your own experiences as an immigrant made kind of mirrored those, if you felt one way over the other. It sounds like you were more of a Z at first, but became an Amina.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the immigrant experience. I feel like it is like we started out all the stories about immigrant experience was about assimilation. It's about you accepting your home, your new home. But I feel like we're in a generation where it's about the home accepting you for who you are, like the immigrant experience is a two-way street and not just one-way acceptance. So that was very important to me and something I learned as myself as an immigrant over the past 8 years. So I definitely wanted to capture that in the story. And Amina and Zainab showed that two sides.
Thank you. And the first image we really see in the short is a bit of an Easter egg for Disney. It's a poster of Ms. Marvel. I was wondering if you could talk about why you wanted Ms. Marvel to be part of Amina's story and why she latched onto that character.
But I always imagine Amina to be a big fan of Miss Marvel inherently because she's just so proud of who she is and her culture and religion. And I think another thing that is very important about Miss Marvel is that idea of, she's the first Muslim superhero. That's huge. It's like huge for us. And also like it represents like we all have that superpower in us to go do and bring about change and good in the world, and that theme kind of gets reflected again in her classroom, and the teacher talks about the superpower that we all have in us. So it kind of is like a consistent little hint, but Miss Marvel in itself is just, I love it. Amina loves it, so we were like, we're gonna have a poster of her in the room to kind of just show that superpower we all have.
Great. And the film shows the teacher, Mrs. Stone, kind of making an effort to not only help Amina feel welcomed and included, but to, call her parents and bring Eid into the classroom. In some ways, it kind of feels like the main message of the story. Is that what you were trying to convey, kind of teaching people, like, here's how you can help an immigrant from another culture feel welcomed and included, even though they can't necessarily have the same holidays off in that scenario?
Yeah, I think the arc of Mrs. Stone is like, she wants to help this kid, but she's restricted by the traditions of the school system. Like she doesn't have it in her power to give a day off to her. So she calls her parents to tell her that, oh, Amina's going around and doing this petition. And they together, her parents, Amina's parents and Mrs. Stone together come with this idea that maybe they can celebrate something at school. So that she can get a day off, but she can at least celebrate with her new home. Again, it ties into Mrs. Stone in a way. It ties into that idea, like she in herself took up to herself being like, okay, I can help in some way, I can collaborate with her parents to make it more special to her. So yeah, we all have that power in us. We might be tied by a lot of limitations, restrictions, but we can do something to make everybody feel included and loved.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Aqsa. Congratulations again on completing American Eid. And everybody, if you haven't checked it out, it's streaming on Disney Plus under the Disney Launchpad banner. Thanks. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.